morning, everybody. It's another beautiful morning. I'm so thrilled. The cold front came in, and so it's a little bit cooler, which is nice. And all of my summer flowers are just bursting. I'll have to show you tomorrow. Anyways, why do you care? I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body-mind expert and a shiatsu massage therapist. And what this does is it makes me a specialist at helping women heal from narcissistic and toxic relationships. I've been in this business for about 12 years, and I'm really good at helping women get the 5 pillars that they need in place to really evolve, to make themselves into someone that a narcissist doesn't even want to be with, or that a toxic person stops treating, that's not the interaction they have with them anymore. It's no longer a toxic, vampire-ish, draining, exhausting experience. I help get your energy back. I help get your digestion on track. I help you run your energy, get everything going smoothly. I help you set boundaries. I help you make better choices. I help you love yourself more. I help you learn how to respect yourself. I help you learn how everything works. That's what I do, and I love it. I love it, and I have a real knack for working with healing those wounds. So that's what today's topic is about. Today's topic is about that in every toxic and narcissistic relationship, there is a sweet spot. There is a reason that we got into a relationship with someone who is so self-absorbed and manipulative. It's because there are some things which probably need to change in us that don't make our life as easy and as graceful and as successful as we want it to be. There are beliefs that were imprinted on us. There are habits that we learned. There were the ideas that things can't change, learned submission. All sorts of things have put us into a position to have toxic relationships, put us into the position to be in a relationship with a narcissist. Now, 95% of the information out there will say, if you're in a relationship with someone who's toxic or narcissistic, you need to leave immediately, no matter if it's your mother or your sister or your child or your father or a corporate job or your boss. The answer is you need to leave immediately and never look back. But here's the question to ask yourself. How did I end up in this situation in the first place? How do I make sure it doesn't happen again? And those are some of the tricks. So if you're in a relationship and it's, on some level tolerable, it's actually a really great spot for you because you can use it as a healing opportunity. You can use it as a way to evolve into the person that you want to be, into someone who helps other people heal and has the energy to fulfill your dreams and gives back to the world and is compassionate and can do great things and help all sorts of people who are suffering from pain or starvation or injustice. You can be that person. And being in a relationship with someone who has toxic and narcissistic tendencies and qualities can be the springboard that you need to evolve into that person that achieves those great things. Mother Teresa and Gandhi and Martin Luther King, they were all human beings. When you start looking into their story, you realize that they did amazing things for the world while also struggling with their own humanity and their own demons and their own issues. So to be great, you can still be human. But you have to evolve to a point where you have your energy back and your thoughts clear and a direction, and your body isn't holding you back, and your beliefs don't keep you stuck where you're at, and the pain from a narcissist doesn't keep you so traumatized all the time that you can't move. There's a higher version of you. There absolutely is. And that's what these relationships can do for you. There is a line. I always ask women, at the very beginning, I say, okay, let's evaluate this. Does this relationship bring enough benefits that you're willing to use it as a healing partnership to help yourself evolve? Or does it have more drawbacks than you really want to deal with? Maybe you want to find somebody else who's a better fit. That's the question we always ask at the beginning. Is this something that can evolve you into a new level of yourself, or is this something that we have to get you stable and balanced enough and enough things in place so that you can move on and find someone who's a better fit, a higher energy, someone that that resonates more with the person that you're becoming or where you want to go and be. But either way, relationships are designed to cause all of our vulnerabilities and insecurities to come up. They're designed to trigger us, even the best ones, even the healthiest, most amazing, ones that you see are designed because we're vulnerable to have those wounds come up. Even presidents have been in relationship counseling and couples counseling and relationship therapy and working on themselves and evolving themselves. That's how they got there. They got there because they did this work. So there is a sweet spot when dealing with a narcissist, when that healing place. There's an edge. Right now, you probably feel overwhelmed and angry and frustrated and tired and wounded and done with it all. And I don't blame you. That's absolutely how you can feel. And when you're on that side of the scale, you just need to get healthy as quick as possible. But you're a little bit closer to the middle, a little bit closer to in balance, let's say. Then when a narcissist's issues and fears and insecurities and patterns and habits and attacks and viciousness, what you can do is it will trigger those deepest fears, those deepest things going on in you, and allow them to come to the surface so that you can heal them. And when they're healed, they're no longer a drain on your energy. There's this great book. I don't remember what of course I don't remember what the name was, but there was a metaphor that was in there as she kept reclaiming her energy. She saw it originally as juggling all of these balls, let's say 20 balls, and hardly keeping any of them juggled. Those are your wounds. Those are your poor health habits. Those are that you don't have a good support system. Those are that you don't do things regularly that nourish and nurture yourself. Those are the negative beliefs that pull you down. That's what we're all juggling, and they totally suck away your energy until you've got nothing left. And that's on the far side of the scale, when you're exhausted and depleted, and usually when you're finally looking for help. But I work with women all along the scale, no matter where you're at. So, many women, they wait until they're to that point before they start getting help, before they start moving forward. And in reality, these relationships, they motivate you. When you get it just a little bit off of the I quit, just a little bit off of the I'm so overwhelmed and exhausted I can't do this anymore, you can start healing the deeper things which have kept you back. And you can start taking those balls. You're not juggling so many anymore. Or maybe you get more familiar with juggling the balls, but some fall away. Now you're not dealing with your digestive issues or your foggy brain. Now you're not constantly triggering because of emotional wounds coming up to be healed all the time. Now you're getting energy and resources in that help you grow and blossom like you're supposed to. The balls that you don't need start dropping away, and you just keep the ones which are most helpful to you. And they're easier to juggle, and now you have more fun, and you become a professional with them. You get into the business, and you enjoy the hell out of it because now it's manageable. There's a sweet spot. You don't want to be completely laying on a beach in Hawaii all the time, because after a while, you're bored, your body doesn't work anymore because it's soft and sedentary. You don't have any relationships, you don't feel challenged, you don't grow, you stagnate like a pond. So that's the other side of the scale, where your life is so easy that you're never challenged to evolve, and so you stay stuck because you never have anything that motivates you to grow. So toxic and narcissistic relationships, once you dial back the stress a little bit, can be really fantastic for speeding up, for putting rocket fuel into who you're supposed to be. And it's walking that little bit of an edge, the edge of challenge, and this is difficult, and this brings things up, and the edge of, you know what, I can do this. I'm starting to get a handle on this, and things aren't as hard anymore. That's the sweet spot. And when you work with that spot, when you work with that area, you actually become bigger and brighter and greater than you ever imagined, because you have that little bit of a friction and a conflict and a stress that keeps you moving up. But it's not so much that you're just damaged and worn down and beaten down into the ground. So when you get it sort of evolved, there's a little rabbit jumping across my my yard I'm watching. When you get a little bit more evolved, you know, you can use this friction, you can use this stuff as really wonderful magic fairy dust to help you become the person that you want to be. As I said, if the person that you're with is not the person you want to, you know, to help you move forward, if you don't get enough benefits out of it, that they, you know, and the benefits don't matter. It could be, you know, maybe you're financially dependent, maybe they've got a home, maybe they are, you know, supportive of you in some way. Maybe they're exciting, you know, all sorts of things. We have a million different reasons why we get benefits out of a relationship, you know, a million different reasons. And if there aren't enough of those, though, you want to find somebody who is, because you want to find that sweet spot. You want to find the spot where you're challenged enough to heal, enough to reclaim your energy, to take some of those balls away, to look forward into the future. You want enough of that, enough good things coming in, and few enough bad things which trigger you and defeat you. You want to find that perfect spot. And it is possible, because the cool thing is, as you get healthier, as you get more balanced, more in alignment, you get closer to that sweet spot. You get to find it, you get to adjust it, you get to decide for yourself whether you want this to be a healing or you want to let it, you know, pass by and do something different. You bring back the power of choice. There was this research that really launched me probably about 15 years ago, and it was around stress. And it was about how stress isn't inherently bad. Stress is bad when we think it's bad, because when we think it's bad, our blood vessels narrow, our heart works harder, we don't digest as well. When we think something that we're going through that's difficult is bad, we actually add so much more weight on our body. We have so fewer resources to deal with it. We're fighting ourselves. But when you look at stress as an opportunity, when you look at stress and see how you can manage it and work with it, how you can use it to your advantage, and you can stay open to it, when you can stay open to the stress, now it motivates you. Now it moves you forward because you've got a handle on it. You know what to do with it. You know how to navigate it. You know, and you've probably come up with a ton of great tools already. You just need a little bit more support, because one of the key pillars of really evolving is getting a good support system. When you want to move forward, that's where you begin. You begin with a support system that can role model for you and imprint new ideas on you and hold you accountable, and who care about you and want what's best for you. And that support system can look like healthy friends, healthy mentors. They can look like really, you know, experienced and qualified psychologists or therapists. They can look like really great coaches who know what they're talking about. You know, you want to look for people who are a little bit more at the top of your game. As my husband says, whenever you're buying anything technological, you want to get the best that you can afford. And it's the same thing with your support system. You want to reach for and get the best that you can get, because that's going to move you forward. And the faster you move forward, the faster you can move forward some more. And the faster you can move forward some more, you know? So getting that support system is key, and it really helps you start to take your power back so that you can move yourself out of overwhelm and exhaustion and helplessness and hopelessness and trauma and anger and pain, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And you can move yourself into that sweet spot where it's under your power, where it's on your choice, where you see it from a way that it helps you grow and evolve and become exactly who you want to be, which you might not even know who that is right now. You might have been so tired, you have no idea who that person can be. And we'll help you find it, okay? So thanks for showing up today. That's an important first step. This is part of your support system, okay? If you need a little bit extra help, I've got a book I've partnered with. I've got a private group that I coach, a small group that's really affordable. Or you can message me and talk to me about coaching. Don't worry about time or finances, because what we do is we sit down and we come up with at least a game plan for you, a strategic plan to move forward. Okay? So don't worry about that. Contact me. We'll figure something out. And whether it's I refer you out to a psychologist first, my psychologist, to get some of those deeper wounds worked on, and then you come back to coaching, cool. Or maybe you go and you do some research or resources and get some base information that you need and then come back because you're ready to apply it, great. All of that works. But let's get you on a game plan and moving forward so you at least know that you don't have to be stuck, that there are things you can do and support that's out there. Get out of the mindset of learned helplessness, of learned submission that got you stuck in this relationship in the first place. And one of the beautiful steps is when you recognize you have a lot more power than you think you do. You can change a lot of things in a lot of different ways, and they actually work. When you start getting hold of that, then the sky is the limit. Okay? So, thanks for joining me today. Let's see, what's your homework assignment today? Today it would be do one thing that makes you feel empowered. Do one thing that makes you feel as if it's under your control. Maybe it's making a piece of toast. Maybe it's washing dishes. Maybe it's going for a walk. Whatever it is, tapping in and doing it with intention that you are doing something that is moving you forward, that is empowering you, that is your choice, that is your decision. Because the more you do that and recognize all the power and decisions that you can make, the more you can do that, the stronger that neural connection gets, the stronger that new belief gets. And it's easier and easier to remember that when you're stuck in a bad situation, okay? So that's your job today. Look for something to help you, a mindfulness where you recognize the power that you already have, okay? So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I know I will. And this is my brand new blouse, which I got from my little box of clothes that comes every month. I love it. It's totally outside my normal look because it's yellow. I don't do yellow. Interesting. So I'm breaking out of my style box too, taking my power back. Have a great day, okay? And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.